This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Will, A Wonderful World. In the last episode, we started the new game and found out that we and a dog are gods. We can affect human lives by them sending us letters and swapping out the letters around in the proper order to cause the best results. Will this always be the case, or will we flub up along the way? Well, let's continue our journey and see what our godly shenanigans have affected these two people. Farewell. Somebody had ruined my plan. Damn it. I sat up and realized I could barely stand. The entire room was spinning. I felt so nauseated that I almost threw up. Just a little longer and I could see her again. The room was completely dark since I hadn't been able to pay my utility bills for a while. I lifted my foot and tried to take a step, but I tripped over my easel. The brushes and paints fell all over the place. I crouched down and slowly started to pick them up again. It took me a while as I was so exhausted. I put out the fire and opened a window. I stumbled upon my flashlight and pressed the button. Boom! I heard a deafening explosion. Was that a gas explosion? I thought I saw a slender figure of somebody fall down in the fire before I passed out. When I woke up, the doctor told me that there was a 17-year-old girl who had been sent to the hospital along with me. She hadn't made it. Fortunately, however, I was still alive. I had third-degree burns all over my body. I lost my right arm and I couldn't speak. I couldn't even do something as simple as ask what the girl's name was. God, why? Why did you just kill me instead? Zoran. Zaurin? No, anyway. Well, it looks like his little instant, and so it looked like previously the girl had gotten away, but only to be blown up and because of his carelessness. Let's see what we got. I lifted my foot, put out the fire. Okay, now we got three options instead. Well, actually, any choice is going to obviously do the best result. I mean, even if you had the... Let's see where this goes. I'm not sure which one's the right option as of the moment. We just know it's going to change, so... Alright, let's just choose this one. So we put the fire, open the window, try to move around, and then press the flashlight. That's probably not the right option, but let's go with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom! It only takes 5 seconds to alter human fate. Who's there? I pressed the button on my flashlight in a hurry, and the white light almost blinded me. Ugh! I saw a shadow fall to the ground. I quickly turned my light towards the sound and saw that it was a girl that I had never met before. I checked to see if she was still breathing. She was. I remember a school picnic during my junior high years. I had done the same thing to scare a girl in my class. She didn't faint, even though I had done it intentionally. Kids today are so weak. I carried the girl in my ventilated bedroom, laid her down on my bed, and pulled the sheet over her. I went back into the living room and picked up my paintbrush. I tried to remember her panicking face when she saw me. I suddenly had a new feeling. A feeling that I could paint something special this time. Are you painting a girl while she's passed out, dude? That's kind of creepy. And yet, I just fell asleep with the brush in my hand while I was leaning against the wall. Oh, that was the right option, apparently. Who knew? Wow, that was so scary. I don't want to see anything else like that ever again. Yeah, let's hope not. Well, if you do want to see it again, you can. While you're reading letters, press replay to review the entire letter again. I wonder, though, why can we see all these images? Aren't we just reading the letters? Well, technically, we're not actually receiving handwritten letters from the humans. You can think of these letters as a manifestation of their will. Oh, so not actually... Okay. That seemed kind of dumb that they were actually writing letters. That's why they include more than text when you're reading. Sometimes we will receive the images, what they see or how they feel. Wow, that's really interesting. Amazing. Let's go back and see if that's the... Because I guess... I guess we'll check it back later. Well, how do you feel? Phew. Everything felt so unreal. Am I really a god? Well, you say yes if you are. Have I always been living here? And has the sky outside always been so red? It's even snowing outside. The weather is so delightful. But my, it's so frightful. But there's no other place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Sorry, we are a bit past Christmas, but I can't help myself. The weather's so weird. I have no memories of any of this. Is any of this real? Is this real life? Is this existence? Or however that kid says it. Of course, don't worry about it. Your memories will come back to you slowly. Anyway, don't you think this job is perfect for you? It isn't too hard either, is it? That's true. It is more interesting than I thought. Well, it is interesting indeed. It is also rather serious. From now on, I won't repeat myself anymore. Thank God, most anime tend to do games written that way tend to do that a lot. Some of my previous instruction can be found in the help menu. The content in the help menu will also grow as you learn more about your job. However, you might not be able to find everything you need in there. For instance, if you forget or didn't pay attention to what I told you, you might never be able to hear it again. So, the truly important stuff as you see here will be highlighted in orange text. Things in orange text are extremely important. When you see something in storage, you should slow down your breathing and pay extra attention. Now, answer fast. Which of these following words are highlighted in orange in just what I said? Extremely important? Extremely important? See, I knew this was going to happen. You have to remember the importance of every word in orange text. As long as you pay attention, then they'll be very helpful in completing your task. In other words, if you don't, you're likely to get stuck in some of the more challenging tasks. We're going to restart the game now to teach you a lesson, so you understand how serious I am. I noticed that you saved your progress manually. That's a great habit. However, if you haven't saved for a while, it could be useful to take advantage of the autosave function. It will take you back to the most recent autosave data point. Well, that's all for now. We'll say goodbye for the moment. I hope you see you again soon. I'll be here waiting. Well, that's when I should have ended the episode. Damn it, game. Alright, anyway. Okay. I think black is supposed to be the highlighted one. How do you feel? Phew, everything felt so real. I really... Okay, we're skipping this again. Basically reset this because of what happened, so... This is what I get for not paying attention. It's really important information. Okay. Okay, now we're back on track. Truly important information, I think. Correct. The orange text may appear not only in my words, but also occasionally in the humans' layers as well. The humans' layers might include text in other colors too, such as yellow and blue. The yellow text highlights digital messages in a text message or email, while the blue highlights messages left in a fax or a note. The orange text, however, emphasizes something else. I'll explain to you later when we see it. You won't remember it all if I say too much right now. In the end, you just need to remember that orange text is extremely important. Now, make sure that you just didn't make a lucky guess earlier. We're going to have another quiz. Which of the following phrases were highlighted in orange text in my previous dialogue? What is the correct order? Yeah, this is what I get for actually not paying attention. I think it's oh boy, I think it's the second one. Correct. Phew, thank goodness. I assume you just would have reset the game again. It looks like you truly mastered what I taught you so far. You are truly my master. Aside from the orange text in normal mode, you also read a lot of red text. If you read those words very carefully, you might find some clue that can help you solve the puzzles. Obviously, if you're playing lunatic mode, those won't be highlighted in red. In normal mode, such clues will be highlighted in red. They might help you with your deductions. If you ever find yourself stuck in a puzzle with no idea how to proceed, pay special attention to the red text, and you'll surely be able to make progress. Alright, seems like you should do just fine now. Maybe I could take it easy too then, Ruff. I believe as you go along with your task, you'll eventually make the right decisions. Besides, I can see that now you've already made a choice. A choice? Yes, I told you at the beginning that handling the prayers from the humans is our job. However, whether to help them or not, and exactly how you want to change their fates is completely up to you. I see that you've chosen S ending for them all. That means you're choosing the path of absolute kindness. Well, they were asking for help, so of course I should help them. What's the alternative? That I should torture them instead? Holy crap. That would be a dark game. Not necessarily. I just want to remind you that the path of absolute kindness is not an easy one, especially when you receive letters from two different people. You'll have to make the endings from both sides an S. Simply achieving an S for just one of them won't be good enough. In other words, you have to solve two people's problems at the same time. I see. I'm sure I can find a way. I wonder what happens if you got the regular or bad ending of the previous one. He probably mentions about it being normal. But he probably goes, hey, you could try to get true kindness if you want a bit. Okay then, by the way, I suppose you don't remember your own name either. Your name is Myth. Myth? Myth? You're a god who can manipulate people's fates through stories and puzzles. That's why they call you Myth. I wonder how many gods... I mean, we'll never go into the details, I assume, because of the structure of this game, but I wonder how many gods are in this world, if it's just the two of them, or do they all have different powers and all this other things. You might not know this yet, but you're actually quite popular in the human world. Some of the urban legends that have been circulating are stories about you. Wow, I didn't know I was so impressive. You don't look that impressive. Even though I still seem to have forgotten a lot of things, I'm still adapting and trying to learn. I do feel like helping people. That makes me happy. If I work very hard, I could possibly encourage everyone in the world. Or in the world? Everyone? Well, you'd be married by all the letters, all their letters first. However, if you try your best, you should be able to shape the world a little closer to your liking, at the very least. Got it. I'll try my best. Well, for now on, let me know if you have any questions. After all, it's just the two of us here. Yeah, it would be kind of boring after a while. Well then, that was an intro. Looks like there's a shit ton of characters in this game. Oh boy. And I assume all of them can be tied into each other based on the letters and the overarching arc of these stories. Although it's kind of weird that we're paying attention to these characters even though the world has so many other millions of people in it, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, let me see what kind of letters we're getting today. Alright. Can I actually go back and... Okay, so we haven't seen all the endings to this one yet. I probably won't do that for all of them, but I am kind of curious to... Wait, how many endings are there? Because it says, like... So is there 4 different variations on that ending? Huh. That's interesting. Let's see. Attempted suicide at home by burning a hole in a sealed room and saved. Look at that guy. Like a dork. Closer. Focus. 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 Why? 17 broke into someone's home. The owner did not press charges. Focus. Focus. Yeah. Anyway. Does it actually show me all the characters? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the intro, I think I saw like 10 or something like that, or maybe even more, but... okay. There's one more thing that can help you with your work. There's history. History? Sounds like something I could use to review all the endings I have unlocked, right? Smart girl. Every ending you have come across is archived there. When you run into something that's too complicated, try referring to history for inspiration. Inspiration. So, yeah, we got the S ending, so there's the... Does that really mean 4 or whatever? One more thing, I have another small tip regarding the history archives. In here, we can browse all the possible endings to a letter. They are displayed on the right. Furthermore, they are arranged in the same order as the small squares you have when you open a letter. They are arranged in this order. S, A, B, C, D, E, F, X. The endings with one small I is the one you are currently viewing. I see. I think this can help with my deductions too when the number of endings increase. Exactly. As for how you want to use that, that's totally up to you. Interesting. Oh, an X is the bad ending or whatever, where they basically someone dies and all that. So okay, so I guess there's 2 more endings. So like I guess it's just based on how you switch it. So if we retry it, let's see what did I do before. I just I did. Oh, is this the current? This is the current one, right? This is how I did it before, and originally it was this. Right, so let's see what happens if I do this instead. Okay, let's see what happens if I do the flashlight, fire, and then lifting my foot. I held up my flashlight. I made sure everything had been picked up and then walked towards the doorway. Click. Someone had just shut the door. I hurried up. However, there was nothing there except a broken, worthless ceramic pot on the floor. I opened the door and looked outside in the hallway. There was no one there either. I went back in and saw the remaining coals and the smoke that was still lingering in the room. I could still continue with the plan. I lit the coals again and closed the windows. I climbed back into bed. I felt my consciousness leaving me as I started to enter another world. The bad ending. Oh, so X is just, we can't have bad endings to continue on because, right, because otherwise the game won't go on, right? Like, we have to have all these characters by the end, I assume. So, and then, whoops. Let's see, let's retry that again. Oops. Okay, so we did this, and then this is just, I think we haven't done this possibility, so let's see what this one gets us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! The night breeze was coming through the window. I tried to take a deep breath, but I couldn't. Perhaps I had spent too much time picking up those things earlier. Had I been poisoned? I held the flashlight in my hand and walked towards the doorway. I found a girl lying on the floor unconscious. Had she been poisoned too? Probably carbon monoxide poison or something. I suddenly remembered a news story about people who killed their neighbors by accident while attempting suicide by burning coals. I wanted to go back and call an ambulance, but I could not breathe anymore. If I could at least open the door. I tried to reach for the handle, but it seemed to be getting farther away. Oh, they're all bad endings. I assume at some point... okay, so we can't have bad endings for sure, because obviously it kills the character, and we can't go on with the plot without that. So, I assume all of them have, all of them only have either bad or regular endings. But I assume, since there's labeled ones, I assume there's ones that are different. So yeah, obviously you can't complete this until you get an S, and then the conversation about the S ranks appear. So you would have the same conversation. Maybe you would say, hey, maybe you should try a different order or something like that. So by getting an S first, we just skipped over an order. So we'll keep that in mind. Whoa, 4 letters. A new partner. First day at new school. Okay. 2,000 pesos. And here I come. 2,000 pesos. Oh, so we don't just have people from China. We have people from other places in the world? Well, at least that makes it slightly different, at least. So, let's go. Let's try to keep it like top of the order, like in terms of time. So let's go with 2,000 pesos. Or, oh, I guess they're tied together. Okay. So we'll do this one first. I was about to do an accent, but I was like, I'm not very good. My name is Carlos. I am 18 years old. It was a big day, because I'd finally going to leave Mexico. Uncle Depp, who had always been out to the orphanage, and Uncle Benita, who was the matron of the orphanage, used to tell me that if I ever wanted to go to a foreign land, I would have to have a passport first, and then I would need a visa. Finally, I could go to the airport and buy a ticket. Then I could fly wherever I wanted to go. I had gotten my passport, and apparently going to Hong Kong didn't require a visa. All I needed was a plane ticket. Wow, that's a strange place to go to. Of course, it all has to take place in China, right? Uncle Det and I had headed out early, but before the sun came out. We had been driving through the mountains for 6 hours to get to the international airport. He then stuffed a couple of warm burritos wrapped in a paper in my backpack before I said goodbye. I didn't know when I'd see him again. I already missed him. I walked into the airport, and I couldn't help slowing down in admiration. The place was so big. No wonder the tickets were so expensive. I needed to ask someone to tell me where I could buy a ticket. I bumped into another man. The 3 boxes he carried all fell to the ground. I helped him pick up the boxes and stack them. I hope nothing inside got broken. The man was wearing a pair of glasses with golden frames. He seemed like a nice person. He took the boxes out of my hand and was not mad at me at all. He just nodded and walked away. He really was nice. Even though there were signs in the airport, I couldn't read many of them. I walked around twice before I found the ticket counter. A ticket cost over 10,000 pesos, just like Uncle Debt had told me. I had all my savings with me, including the money my parents and sister had left me, as well as what I had earned doing part-time jobs. It was only a little over 20,000 pesos altogether. However, something terrible happened. I couldn't find my wallet. I clearly remember checking to make sure that I had it when I left. Maybe I dropped it in Uncle Depp's car. I ran outside the airport. I saw the man with whom I bumped into earlier. He was standing wandering around with those 3 boxes. Was lost. But I didn't have time to worry about him. I had to go check and see Uncle Depp had already left. I couldn't find him anywhere outside the airport. He probably had headed back. I had to walk towards the mountains along the road that I'd already arrived on. I had my backpack on, feeling awful. So these voices are messing with my throat. It wasn't a popular road. It was already too late. There was no other cars in sight. I'd hoped that I could get a ride tomorrow morning. Lord, why was I so unlucky? What is Mexico? You don't want to know, my dear. No. It's just a big country in the west. West? To our west? We're gods. Do we even have a residence? I thought we were above the world. Anyway. Do we live in the east? No, of course not. We don't live in the world, so there's no east or west anywhere. The Earth is a round planet, so east or west is all relative. You make a point. Relative? You're not making any sense. Do you mean that the Mexican people would say that their own country's in the west too? No, she's confusing me too. One thing, we're on the Western Hemisphere, right? At least in terms of geographical situation. Oh, by the way, the writers of the letters earlier, are they from China? I always feel a strange sense of closeness when I think of China. Mexico feels more distant to me. So we're a Chinese god? Sure, why not? Why is that? Well, I guess more people write to us from China, maybe. Not China. I mean, any place in the world really has its own share of problems. So China, Mexico, America, whatever. Yeah, I was right to say that their names sounded Chinese. I hear that Chinese people are all over the earth. Wait, well, anyway, whatever. I hear the Chinese people are all over the earth. There are a lot of them in every country. You can tell this is like whoever made this game is or originated in China. Really? So is this layer written in Chinese too, as well as the earlier ones, because they all look the same to me? Oh no, that is our language. In fact, the people who wrote to us came from many different countries, and they would use different languages. But once we receive them, they're all automatically translated to a language that we can understand. Oh wow, being God is so convenient. Yes, it is. That's why you say yes. Oh, and then we go back to the story. Carlos. I was trying to do Antonio Banderas, but I don't know if I was doing a very good job. Alright, let's check the other way. Cheng Huang Gaewang or Huayang? Yeah, I'm gonna butcher Chinese names for sure. Cheng Wang Min. Okay. My name is Cheng Wang Min, and I recently graduated from the Korean Police Academy. I'm 23 years old. It was my first day reporting to the Busan Police Precinct. I hadn't realized I'd overslept until my Sarah's spotty alarm clock had gone off for the 10th time. I jumped out of bed, slipped in my pants and shirt, and rushed out the door with my coat in my hand. I even knocked over my neighbor's flowers by accident. Sorry. I'll clean it up later. I'm running late. Still, I was 45 minutes late when I finally got to the station. The captain was sitting behind the desk. He squeezed a "kids these days" out of his mouth, and then he seemed to lose any energy and interest to even speak to me. Then I was transferred to the archives. As computers and the internet become prevalent in our daily lives, important data such as identity and resident information has all been turned into electronic records in a police database. The ability to quickly retrieve necessary information from an infinite ocean of data is crucial quality of being a responsible police officer, especially when dealing with the time-sensitive criminal cases. P.S. Do not stick your password under the desk. Oops. Cancel. Okay. How could I have overslept on my first day? Please, Buddha. Please help me fix this. Please, please. Is Buddhist I thought it was a Taoism in China. Then again, I haven't really studied Chinese religion forever. I just didn't think Buddhism was the prominent religion there. But then again, maybe this is this guy's religion. Who knows? Anyway, becoming a member of the Criminal Investigation Department has been my dream since childhood. I don't want to go to the archives. What is criminal investigation? Isn't that much better than archives? Well, criminal investigation is the place where the police try to solve and catch bad guys. And you can't completely disregard the archives either. Okay. Changwan Min. Boy, I'm gonna have to remember everyone's voices over the course of the game. Although hopefully it's only so many. That way I don't have to stretch my way out too much. Alright, let's start this like little mess. So okay, so we just swap. That's it? Huh. Okay. So we just swap over the two. 3, 2, 1. Ruin someone's life. I noticed that there was a sign ahead. Although I couldn't read it, I had a feeling that it had been pointed to this ticket counter. I had always had great instincts. A ticket cost over 10,000 pesos, just like Uncle Dapper told me. I had all of my savings with me, including the money my parents and sister left me, as well as I'd earned doing part-time jobs. It was only a little... I think that's repeating. I hope we'll be able to come back someday. 3 hours later, with a booming noise, the airplane took off. I felt something suddenly push me into the seat cushion. I could see Mexico City, being smaller and smaller outside the window. In the orphanage of Tlayloc, or Tlayloc, I stood in a small white dot. I suddenly started to feel nervous. My mind was racing. What if the plane went down? I don't default. Well, isn't like deaths by plane like one of the smallest percentages of deaths in the world or whatever? I don't know. It's changed over the years. I hoped it fall into the ocean so I could still swim back, but the seatbelt thing was so annoying. If I could untie it, I'd be dragged into the water with the plane. I'd heard there was something called insurance, that you could pay a lot of money if someone died. I should get that, and maybe it'd be enough for Alicia to buy a new house in Mexico City. And just when my brain's spinning with all these questions, a beautiful asked if I would like some water. Oh, no. I checked my wallet again. There was only a little over 10,000 pesos left. From now on, I must be careful about spending every single one of them. I heard everything was really expensive in Hong Kong. Why are you heading there if you don't have more? Well, maybe think you're just going to get a job or something like that. I must save up before I find Alicia. Alicia, sister, I'm coming to find you. Oh, she moved to Mexico? What, are you like Chinese descent that just happens to live in Mexico? Lord bless us. I heard the voice of a woman screaming in the crowd. Stop him! Stop him, he's got my purse. I've heard this song before. This is royalty-free music. I've heard this before in like, what was a couple of YouTube videos before. Yeah, I've heard this before. Oh my god. An official game uses royalty-free music in it. Oh, that's funny. Stop it, he's got my purse. I'm trying to remember the video though. I think it's rental reviews by the Angry Video Game Nerd or his YouTube channel. Yeah, it is from that. Holy crap. I looked down and the man I bumped into was holding a woman's purse. He actually tried pushing me away. As a policeman, defending justice, how could I let a criminal escape the judgment of the law? I grabbed his collar. Take this. I took the bastard to the police station. I ended up late, of course, but the captain let me off the hook for stopping the robber. Captain Gong glanced at the bloodstains on my shirt, gave a faint smile, and asked me why I wanted to become a police officer. I stood up straight, put my hand behind my back, held my head held high, and firmly pride. To defend justice. The captain scratched his balding head and smiled. Go and report to Unit 4. What? Unit 4? I felt my heart start to sink. I had heard so many rumors about Unit 4, even when I was still in the police academy. So he went from like going to the archives to Unit 4. So good. Well, we did it either way. So hooray! We got S ranks. Woo boy. All right. Well, we're on our start there. We're fixing humanity. We're giving them all the S's. But I don't know if this trend will last forever. But in the next episode of Will, A Wonderful World, we'll see what Li Wen is up to and this new character that's going to make an appearance. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.